up, everybody? What up, everybody? Let's talk about it. It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is P Valley, Season 1, Episode 6. All right. This was a really good episode. I watched it twice because I realized I'd be missing some stuff because I'm trying so hard to write notes and watch at the same time. So, I had to watch it 2 times. I got a good context. I know what's happening. I don't want to waste any time, so let's go ahead and get into it. All right, we start off the episode in a Thelma and Louise type mode. We see Mercedes and we see Autumn. They're going to these various different check cashing places. We see they got the different IDs from Maine. Okay, he's giving them all kind of IDs. They got all kind of different wigs. They riding around in a hoopty to all these different places collecting all the coins, okay? Autumn has brought Mercedes to a tennis court. And on the tennis court, we see Terica. So Terica's out there. She's playing tennis. She's not very good at it. And Mercedes calls her over to the side. And she begins to talk to her basically about, she was like, you doing pretty good. And she was like, I know you lying. Don't lie to me. Oh, well, you need to respect your mama. It's like, I understand Mercedes wanted to demand a certain amount of respect from her child. But it's just like, ma'am, it sounds like you're not really holding up your end of the bargain. So you know what I mean? You're doing a whole lot. So she tell her, don't talk to her like that. Don't make her jump over this fence. And she was like, well, you couldn't be my mama for one weekend. So apparently Terica was supposed to come to her house the weekend before that. And because she got arrested for beating up her mama, she couldn't come. She was like, so, things went left. But I'm doing everything I can to get back on track. And she was like, you always say that. You've been saying for 3 months that you're going to basically talk to Shell about her coming to live with her or whatever. So by this time, Shell knows what's going on. So she comes over there. It's like, girl, you need to go back out there and play. Or whatever. You don't know how much money Serena made last year. So I'm not going to lie, y'all. I kind of agree with Shells on some of these points that she was making. I mean, she was telling her some things that was actually real talk. You know what I mean? So like we discussed last week in the comments or the week before that in the comments that Mercedes was about 17, 18 or whatever when she had this baby. And Cortez and her did have something going on. It looks like it was all consensual or whatever, but still, like Katori Hall tweeted, Cortez wasn't no angel because clearly he was messing around with a girl who was a lot younger than him, okay, and getting her pregnant, cheating on his wife, X, Y, and Z. So she basically says that Mercedes needs to understand that, she needs to learn not to disappoint her as a mom. You don't know how many times I done picked this girl up off the ground, her thinking that you was coming and you didn't show up. And she was like, so I saw you because Terica did say she saw her on the news, okay, with all the foolishness or whatever. So you out here fighting like a street people, you know what I'm saying? And you just can't be like that when you have a child or whatever. So, I felt what she was saying to her because what she was telling her was real talk. I mean, you can't be out here in the street fighting everybody if you want to get your child back. You got to have some type of, couth. No tea, no shade. I mean, you kind of should have just let your mama go on about her business and fought her a different way because that way you wouldn't have ended up in jail. So I understand what her mama was saying. Sometimes you have to be responsible as a parent and you have to do things that maybe you wouldn't want to do or you wouldn't normally do or whatever. So she brings up the fact that I'm tired of you hurting my daughter, and Mercedes is like, your daughter? I mean, I pushed out my coochie. I don't know what you talking about. Basically, I'm her mother, because she was like, Cortez is probably turning over in his grave. And she was like, don't you bring up Cortez. Don't you bring up her daddy, her cheating ass daddy, because he dead, child. He up in the urn, sitting on the altar somewhere, okay? I'm taking care of this child. I have custody of her. I'm her mother. Basically, you're going to have to convince the court that you can take care of your child. And most importantly, you're going to have to convince me. And so from that point of view, I can understand Terica's mom or Shell or whatever. I felt her on that because she even know that her mama be tripping. She was like, Patrice, Patrice Woodvine. And she was like, I know she be trying it because she do be trying it. So Mercedes gets back in the car with Autumn, and Autumn is looking like, what's going on? She was like, girl, what you got to say? She was like, I ain't say nothing. She was like, you always doing the most, even when you quiet. So she tells her that, well, you a tennis coach now? No, girl. I mean, I'm not no tennis coach. Then she sees the gun that's in the glove compartment. And Autumn says that she's carrying it just because they've been carrying all this money or whatever. But we know that she's been having a gun since way before that. But, maybe she knew this is what she was going to do. So that's why she got a gun. So she says, well, does it actually kill people like your baby daddy widow? And they kind of drove off and they're laughing or whatever. Now we see Keyshawn with her pink on. She's at the store. Lamarcus approaches her, or Lil Murder, and they sit down and have a talk. So he's like, listen, if you think you about to bribe me, I said bribe. Wait a minute, hold up now, because bribe mean that she gonna give you money. Sir, you meant is she gonna blackmail you? That's what you meant, baby.
Okay, baby.
We gonna keep on going. All right, praise God. He said that you're not gonna blackmail him, basically. And she's like, nah, I'm not here to blackmail you. I came here to ask you a question. How serious are you about this music thing? Because she shows him a video of her that somebody has put on World Star Hip Hop. If y'all don't know what that is, that's like where all, you know, the hood things be popping, the fights and, you know, the music and all that kind of stuff. World Star Hip Hop, and you know, it has his name on it and it have a little tag about her, so he like excited. I really love the way he celebrates everything that happens, because like it seems so genuine when you are starting off artist or whatever. So I love the way he was like, yes, I'm about to I'm about to do it, I'm about to blow up. He think he about to blow up, okay? He like, bam, I'm gonna shoot this to my manager or whatever. She was like, why? He can't do nothing. He don't have no connections. Like, he can't do anything for you. What do you mean? What are you talking about? And he was like, what are you talking about? That's my manager. He was like, you don't have no following. You don't have no tweets. You don't have an Instagram, got 5 pictures on it. I mean, you don't have any base, but you know, you don't have it yet. So basically what she's suggesting is that she be the Keisha Kayor to his Gucci man. She wants to be his beard. Okay, she wants to help him with his image. She has a lot of followers, and she kind of wants to help him get his page up or whatever. And so he says, well, how your man gonna be with that? She was like, I mean, he gonna be cool with it. He ain't got no choice but to be cool with it. And so he goes to like touch her face, and she was like, I'm gonna be cool. You know, black girls don't bruise. And she was like, looking like you bruised, sis. So like, she literally has bruises on like the whole side of her face, y'all. Like, I don't know. We got to really pray for Keyshawn, because although I'm happy that she's confident now and she's starting this new thing, like, I'm happy about it all. I feel like it's great that she's this aggressive, but I feel like everybody in the club will see the girls later on are telling her, girl, you being stupid, because this man is Jay about to come over here and knock you upside the head next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, he finna knock you upside the head, because now she started doing the most towards the end of the episode, and I was like, okay, girl, you was gonna be his beard, but you doing the lot. So he like, okay, well, when we start, and she was like, well, how's your selfie game? So they take a little selfie together, and now it has begun that they could possibly, you know, be together. All right, honey, we see somebody turning on some music and there's some dancing going on, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like this. Oh yeah, I'm getting into it. I was getting into it. And we see that Clifford wakes up in the morning to text from Lamarcus. He's trying to get together with him, honey. He told him he took care of the thing with Keyshawn. He was like, I killed it or whatever. And he was like, you killed her? He was like, nigga, no, I didn't kill her. I mean, it's cool. You know, she gonna keep it quiet. And he was like, oh, okay. And so he's like, well, when you gonna let me take you out or whatever? And so he just rolled over and texted. I was like, oh, this is so cute, because when you be with your new boo, you be just like that in the fetal position. Like, he texted me, he like me. It's real cute and everything. I love it. So he gets up, and his grandmother, Miss Loretta Devine. We love Loretta Devine. She played everybody grandma. It's amazing. I love it. Like, she everybody grandma. She been everybody grandma for like a really long time. She dancing around the living room. She's blind. And she lets us know later on that she has diabetes. You know, the people ain't take her legs, so you know she gonna get her dance on. I mean, she gonna do what she got to do. She gonna hit that 1-2 step, 1-2 step. Hey, granddaddy, that 1-2 step. So she said she gonna cut a little rug, and she had cut a rug. James Brown came to town, and baby, she was dancing down. She danced him down, and then she starts reminiscing about the Pynk. Apparently, it used to be a juke joint, and you know, they sharing a blunt, honey. She like, let me hit the blunt. They say, you know, the weed make you see again. Like, it don't make you see again, but you know, it make you feel like you can see again or whatever. And so like, they getting, you know, they chilling, they having a good time. And so the whole time Lamarcus is texting him like, you gonna let me tell you? I like, what's up? What you say? And so grandma is like, who is this man, girl? Who is this man? Okay, girl, like, we see you with this man. Clifford is like, don't worry about that. You need to be worried about this business you left me with. And she's like, what are you talking about? And Clifford is like, listen, you left me with all this debt that's going on. The Pynk about to go up on the auction block next week. I think we gonna lose it. And she's like, what do you mean? How did we get to this point? And Clifford is like, what you mean? Well, how we got? So he goes to the drawer, he pulls out all these debt they have. This loan, payday loan, this one. You know, she was like, I did sign some paperwork I ain't had no business signing. I ain't gonna lie to you, okay? But you also signed some paperwork you wasn't supposed to be signing either. And he's like, listen, I signed him for because I wanted a champagne room, okay? I didn't want no Zinfandel room. Not a Zinfandel room. So basically, they saddled with all this debt. He don't have no more money. He's like, I don't have any more money. You know, I don't know what to do. Like, I think we're going to lose. And she's like, that's absolutely, you know, not going to happen, okay? I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to have to figure it out. So your boy is still calling him, texting him or whatever. And he's like, and she's like, just tell him to come over or whatever. She was like, well, you know, no, I'm not going to come over here and ask him for no date or whatever. And she was like, we can put some love in them neck bones. And Clifford starts laughing like, I mean, you know, that's not going to work, but it is going to work because that's exactly what Clifford is going to do. She's going to ask Lamarcus to come over for a date later on. It's cute. Now we see some girls in the trap house. Apparently it's like a hotel, raggedy ass hotel or something like that. And the white boy, I don't remember his episode from a few episodes ago, who leaves the pills, or you know, they be holding the pills for him at the Pynk. He's in there, he's getting very high, and you know, I just want to say shout out to the frontal nudity once again. You know, I appreciate it. We appreciate it as women. We do. We want to see some male peens, even though it's just a few seconds. But he gets a knock on the door, and it's none other than Big L. So Big L is asking him to hold a load for him. Basically, he's trying to help save the Pynk and give some money because, you know, he's going behind Clifford back to do it. And he's like, well, you going to be able to hide it? He was like, yeah, I'm going to be able to hide it. Hopefully, he don't hide it, you know, at the Pynk, or he hides it somewhere where they're not going to get in trouble. Because you know that Clifford would be very upset if she found out that he was out here doing this, because obviously he's been in jail and he already told us he got 2 strikes, okay? So he tells him, I'm going to give you $5K to hold the first load. And he like, all right, cool. Something tells me this is not going to work out the best with Big L, because if he's like a side character, I don't know, y'all. We don't know. I hope he make it to the end of the season. That's all I'm going to say. So, child, we see Clifford at the nail shop, and he is speaking Vietnamese. I was like, you giving us everything that we want and we need, Uncle Clifford, and I am here for you, okay? So, Eloise, I think that's her name, she comes on into the nail shop. Now, this is the secretary for Mayor Ruffin. I got his name, y'all. Bam! I'm in there, okay? So, she comes in to get her nails done, and Clifford is like, come sit down and talk with me. So basically, Clifford tells her, you know, they about to close the place, and you knew they was gonna serve us with that foreclosure. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She tries to, you know, get cute with her for a minute, but you know, she get him when she's like, listen, you the first hoe I graduated from the Pynk, you know, and you better not let us be the last. So if you got some tea that you need to spill, you need to let me know.
You need to pour it, honey.
Pour that tea and let me know it. Let me know what's going on. Show some kind of gratitude for what I did for you, okay? And so he gets up, and I don't know if he get up and leave her, but you know, that's the end of that scene. So we down to the diner, and we're with Mercedes and Autumn, and they're sitting down there eating. Autumn gives Mercedes some money so she can get her car out the tow, because she needs to go to a few more places. And there's just a few more. I think it's just a couple more runs they got to do, and they're going to be done with all of this stuff. And I like the way their friendship has become, where they kind of like have a little banter between each other. They be like going at each other, saying smart stuff. Like she told her girl, you not hiding your money in no, you know, in the church fund. Like that was dumb. And she's like, okay, bitch, well, duly noted, ho. Okay, damn. I mean, I thought that was cute that they become friends or whatever. And so she tells her about the shell company. She tells her, you know, you can transfer your money or turn it into, she said Bitcoin. She was like, Bitcoin? Girl, Bitcoin, girl. She was like, you put your money in something like that, therefore, you know, she's saying you can hide your money, nobody can find it. That way Patrice this type of thing won't ever happen to you again. She said, well, as soon as I get this 10 grand, I'm gonna put it down another gym. And then Andre walks in, and Andre giving Autumn the eye, and Autumn giving Andre the eye. It's a real cute little moment. And Mercedes is like, damn, girl, I'm damn near pregnant from looking at y'all, okay? And she's like, well, you know, are you still talking to him? And she's like, nah, I'm not talking to him no more. I haven't talked to him in like a week. And so they get ready to pay the bill, and he has paid the bill. She like, damn, girl, you ain't even look at him and you finessed him. I mean, y'all light-skinned hoes is a mess. I mean, I really want Mercedes to let the light-skinned hoe thing go. Like, let it go. Y'all friends now. It don't really make the girl, her being light-skinned ain't kept her in no more better situation than you. So, I mean, you bringing it up like y'all balling out of control, like he paying her rent. Girl, he paid for her to eat at the diner. It wasn't that deep, okay? But, okay, we let that go, Mercedes. Let that go now. See Andres with the brother drinking. Now, this whole scene just remind me of just, like, slavery, bitch. I was just like, I was uncomfortable. The whole thing remind me of, like, Django or something, like them really tense, uncomfortable scenes. So we see Andre, he's with the brothers, he's drinking, they're ready to sign the paperwork. If y'all noticed, I've noticed that, and I watched it twice, and it really pissed me off how when one of the brothers was finished with his drink, he said, Corbin, fix me another one. Like Corbin was they servant, like Corbin was they maid. They treat him like the maid, just like his mama was the maid. Ain't that some... Okay, that really pissed me off. I don't know if y'all caught that, but I absolutely caught that. And Corbin's whole, like, all his charisma that he had in that episode, all that charisma is gone, baby. Okay, it is sucked out of the room, honey. It is gone away. He go over there and make this man a drink, and, you know, they ready to sign the paperwork or whatever. So he goes to sign the paperwork first. They want Corbin to sign first. So Corbin, you know, he's very hesitant. He goes once, he goes twice. And the third time, he like, I can't do it, man. I can't sign this paperwork. You know, it's about, they go back and forth with the brothers. It's about this. It's about that. Get this. You know, he says, it's about legacy. This father wanted them to keep the land in the family. And, you know, it's about having something. And if that man say, you want to leave something for your kin? Like, he tried to get smart with him talking about you want to leave something for your people. And he like, bitch, that's why you here right now, right? That's how you got the things you got. I was like, get his ass together, okay? You wouldn't have nothing now if nobody wouldn't have left you nothing. He said, it's not my fault. Y'all spent it all. Our father wanted us to keep this in the family. And they're like, our father didn't care about nothing but hoes and guns, okay? That's all he cared about. He almost destroyed his family, you know, his real family. You know, they made sure to let him know that he wasn't in the real family. So the other brother gets tired of the arguing, baby. He pulls out the gun, okay? Because he tired. So he pulls out the gun and he like, you gonna sign this paperwork. This is what you gonna do, okay? This is what we gonna do. We gonna sign this paperwork and we gonna go ahead and get this taken care of because I'm gonna shoot your ass. And so then he turns the gun on to Andre and start asking him about the Battle of Chickasaw and talking about the Civil War ain't over yet. Child, he on some Trump shit, okay? Ain't nobody got time for that, sir. Ain't nobody got time for that, okay? The Civil War is over. We gonna need for y'all to let it go, all right? He puts the gun on Andre like he gonna shoot him, and Corbin is like, I'm gonna sign it. I sign it. So Corbin signs the paper. They have successfully intimidated him to sign this paper under duress, which is absolutely against the law. And it turns out the gun was empty, ain't had no damn bullets in it anyway. So we see Grandma and Lamarcus and Clifford at the house, and Grandma is telling stories. Baby, she is getting down. I just love it. You know, Lamarcus and her are really vibing with each other. And, you know, Clifford try to act like he don't care, but you can tell he really likes the fact that Lamarcus is getting along with his grandma. That's really cute. They start talking about the Pynk again, and, you know, she talks about everything that was going on and how God's grace kept the place open from all the floods and all the things that's happened to all the other jug joints, and, you know, whole spots, and it was the God, it was Jesus that kept these hoes working, okay? God himself that said, ho, go ahead, keep the party going, okay? That's what Jesus did. So, you know, she didn't think it was Jesus, but, you know, now maybe it was Jesus that kept these hoes working. He said, go on, keep the party going. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is why you know, you need to hold on to. It needs to be something that you hold on to. And, Clifford is like, oh, well, it's all gonna be over soon. She walks away and goes to sit down, and Lamarcus finds a picture or sees a picture of Clifford when she was a little kid, and he's like, look at you, you was a little sassy queen or something, he says to Clifford. And Grandma is like, child, Clifford came out the womb switching, okay? He came out there switching and twisting. I said, this is hilarious, okay? Second of all, I love Clifford's wig. I love how Clifford went to go get dolled up for the day. Like, they had a date. They didn't go anywhere, but, you know, they spent time together, which I thought was really cute. I just love it. So, anywho, Marcus gets a text from the homies at the studio, and they want him to come through. I'm sure he's going to be working on some music since he got some singles out now. You know, a single out, he need another one, right? So, he says that he's going to hit him when he's going to come through. He's going to slide through. But then he tells Clifford that he's not going anywhere. So, he sits down. He's having a good time. So, he sits down with them and continues to have their nice night. So now we at the club, and we see homegirl twisting. Baby, homegirl be switching so hard, okay? I'm here for her. So that's how we come into the dressing room, and they go on to Gidget and Keyshawn. They run over to her with the camera. So basically, they've seen on Instagram she got so many views of her being in the studio with Murder. I'm sorry, her being outside at the little place with Lil Murder, taking pictures and looking cute or whatever. And they like, girl, your man is gonna be mad, girl. Gidget like, girl, what the hell is wrong with you? And Keyshawn is like, why y'all scared? I'm like, Keyshawn, you talking all that shit, but when that nigga knock you over your head, you don't be acting like that. Okay, that'll be me in the back.
You talking all that noise when that boy bust you upside upside your head. You ain't gonna be acting like that.
I'm just saying, y'all know she finna get knocked upside her head. That's all I'm trying to say. Or shot or did something, because you gonna drive this white boy crazy. You up here playing like this with this boy. She approaches Autumn because she sees Autumn standing at Mercedes' locker. And she's like, well, I don't know how would Mercedes feel about you taking her locker. And she was like, the same way she would feel about you taking her spot. Like, girl, don't try it with me today. I'm not, girl, don't do that. She says, but unlike her, I share my shit. So she shows her the gun because she like touched her face where she had the scars. And she was like, girl, I share my shit. So she know, like, this is foreshadowing. If you guys don't realize that, because if I'm showing you the weapon, then at some point you're going to use the weapon. This is how TV works, okay? So eventually, Keyshawn going to have to kill that white boy. She going to have to kill somebody. I don't know if she's going to kill her boyfriend, but she going to have to kill somebody before the show is over with, okay? Or she going to get killed. So she gives her the combination. She kind of just saunters off. I'm like, okay, Autumn, you better be the fairy godmother to protect these hoes. Okay, all right. So then we see Keyshawn on the pole, honey. She is making that money. She is doing it big. I'm like, come on, let's do it. She comes off the stage, and Clifford is watching her. She comes off the stage and she comes up to Clifford and she's asking her, basically, can she have a night where she headlines on a Sunday like Mercedes was doing? And Clifford is like, slow your roll. You doing too much. Like, I'm gonna need you to chill out, okay? You doing a whole lot. And she's like, listen, you can call it murder night. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get all the money going up in here for this place closed down. Let's get some money going up in here. And she's like, it's already gonna happen. I'm gonna do it all. We're gonna send the Instagram invites out. Okay, all right, bye. And she walks away, and Clifford is like, girl, don't you be trying to run me? I mean, I taught her so well. I'm like, you did teach her well. You did. Look at her, all confident stuff. Look at Mississippi. You better get it, girl. I just feel sorry for her because I know she's going to get busted upside the head on the next episode. So I ain't even got to see the preview to know it's going to happen. Man, he shows up and he's dropping off the IDs to Mercedes or whatever. And, he flirting with her, calling her fine. So she sits down, and this is the last one. So they don't need any more after this. After they make these 10 runs, it's over with. So she, Autumn jokes about Mercedes smashing him, and she's like, nah, girl, you can't be smashing your backyard. She was like, and she said she was celibate, because she was like, girl, if I knew you was getting all this money, I would have tried to be your girlfriend early. And she was like, but I'm celibate, So we see that Mercedes is celibate. She is not out here giving out her poon to everybody, okay? She will finger pop herself, off to him. And then, Autumn makes a joke about her Kool-Aid being trash. I thought that was cute and indicative of the friendship they have built with each other, right? And she kind of asks her to go to the bathroom. So she wanders into Terica's room. She ain't wander. That hoe just went into the room because she nosy. But she's standing around looking, and, Mercedes comes in and basically says that, girl, you saw this wasn't no bathroom or whatever. And she's like, do you like it? And she's like, yeah. She talks about everything she's bought for the room. She's been decorating the room for 7 years. And I thought it was cute when she was saying that the pillow was for Marshalls and this, because, regular people, that's how we buy our things. We buy them here, there, and everywhere. I might see some over here, there. So I thought that was cute. She said the girl likes green, and Autumn said, well, she take her after her mama. I thought that was also cute. And, they sit down and they have a bonding moment. And basically Autumn tells her, you still have an opportunity to see your child, so you should do everything that you can to see her. And as Mercedes goes to comfort her, she kind of gets up and walks away. So we see that Autumn still has the door a little closed. She don't want to be that vulnerable in front of her, even though they are friends. So Andre is on the phone with the man from the casino, and he tells him basically that he wants to give him a better deal. He wants to lease the land. They can save millions of dollars up front, and they can just pay it out over time. And so the man is like, I don't want to do that. It's going to be done. We're going to move. He's like, well, then he start like running off game really, really fast. It has this, it has that. You're not going to be able to find a place that has all of these different things, and X, Y, and Z. He's like, okay, well, fine, just make the deal, and we're gonna do it, and make sure you had the paperwork in by whatever time. And he's like, yes, when he gets off the phone. So I don't know if Andre gonna change the paperwork around. I don't know how he gonna get over on these people. I guess they done pissed him off because they done made him sign his paperwork, or made the brother sign the paperwork, so he gonna find a way to do it for Corbin or whatever. So all without the kickback. I'm like, bro, you should have took the kickback, because you probably gonna get your ass beat before this season is over with. So you should have took you some coins. I'm just saying. Now Miss Mississippi is in the studio with Lil Murda, okay? And the other guys is like, she hyping them up or whatever. And like, she was doing it, but it was like a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was cute. Like, she's so excited about this new position or whatever, this new thing that she got going on. And so the guys are like, well, thank you or whatever for your following. We wouldn't have an end if it wasn't for you. One of the managers kind of seemed like he's a little aggravated that she's there. But he says, well, you need to be working on some new music, because people are going to be wanting to figure out what's next from you. And he's like, well, such and such told me he called you to come to the studio, but you was missing all your studio time. And he was like, yeah, you know, and she was like, well, he was busy, and they started kissing each other. And so the guy's looking at them like, you know, whatever, because when he came in there, he was like, okay, so I see you got, basically trying to say, oh, okay, I see you got somebody that's playing like they're your girlfriend. I see you got an in. And so Marcus took offense to that, because like I said, he don't want nobody calling him a punk or saying that she's his beard. Did y'all catch that? That's why he was like, man, why you always on go? Like, chill out. I'm not Pico, whatever his name was. I'm not Pico. So basically saying, you're not going to beat my ass because I called you a punk, because you know that's why he done ran and told everybody I called him a punk and he beat my ass. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, we know this is a sore spot for him. So, like, you know, they started kissing. Now, I hope nobody run back and tell, you know, because like I said, Keyshawn going to get beat down to the ground by her boyfriend for kissing this man. Like, that's taking it a little extra step. Now, y'all was supposed to be on Instagram taking pictures and stuff. Y'all weren't supposed to be kissing all in the mouth. So, you know, and Clifford, how is Clifford gonna feel about this? I mean, y'all haven't ran this by Clifford? All she told him was that all she told Clifford was that we're working together now. That's all she said. Andre gets a call from his wife, so we finally meet her and we find out that she's a doctor who is excited about a gunshot wound. I couldn't really make sense of that other than maybe she's excited because maybe she's a new doctor. It seems like they're both pretty young and up and coming in their career, so maybe she's a new doctor and she's excited to get to work on somebody with a gunshot wound, because otherwise I don't see why you would be excited about that. So that kind of threw me off. I was like, okay, girl. And so he starts to tell her that, you know, he's closed the deal. He saved his clients a lot of money, and you know, his godfather probably not gonna be happy about it because, you know, he was being shady or whatever. And she's like, well, you know, do you want to bite the hand that feeds you? So maybe does his uncle do a lot for him in his life? We don't know that. We're not informed of that. So maybe he does play a large part in Andre's life. You know, maybe financially has helped him or whatever the case may be, or helped him, you know, get this opportunity. So she's saying, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Now, I can understand from his wife's perspective why she would say that or why she would think that, because she doesn't know what's going on. Because she said, but she did call him an outsider, which I was like, girl, he not an outsider. That's where he from. He was like, this is my home. I'm not no outsider. And she was like, Atlanta is your home and I miss you. And she was just trying to say, I miss you, but since you went about it the whole wrong way, because you should have just said, I support you in your decision. You know, whatever you decide to do, support your husband, girl. Don't do that. So she pissed him off. So he hurried up and got off the phone with her ass real quick. So at the club, Clifford is watching over everybody like a mother hen, and he goes into the dressing room and he see all the girls are excited because somebody is there. It's Miss Eloise. She comes back to visit. So apparently she used to do the job that the Hispanic lady does. Now she used to sell the things to the girls, you know, all the different things. And so, you know, he says the little things back and forth to her. We find out that one of the strippers got her nursing degree. I'm like, that's right, girl, get your nursing degree or be in school to be a nurse. Yes, honey, do what you need to do. And so she's like, let's take this reunion to the back. And so she goes back to the back, and honey, she is upset, honey. She is airing out her grievances. She said they be talking around her like she is wallpaper, like she don't exist. And at first she was pissed off, but then her silence started to become really loud. So what's going on is they're trying to run this through the city council. The city council can bypass a citywide vote, okay? And they're trying to just bypass that and have the city council voted in, but they have to follow the law. So if they can get a petition to have a citywide vote, then they can maybe possibly vote the casinos out, because it's not just the casinos they're going to bring. They're bringing a shopping center. They're bringing a subdivision called such a plantation or whatever. We have a Sienna plantation out here in Houston, y'all, and they said they wasn't going to call it Sienna plantation no more after the whole, you know, George Floyd thing, which I don't really care about. Can you make sure that we can get houses up in there? Okay, that's what I'm saying. Can you make sure that the people bring us over there? Basically, what has to happen is that they're like, well, black people don't vote. And she's like, no, they don't. But listen, I know, but one thing I know that they do like is to see them titties on Saturday. Okay, they want to see some titties on Saturday. And so he might be the marriage Chuckalia. But last time I checked, Clifford Sales was the mayor of P Valley. And I was like, okay, all right. So then we see Clifford posting Patrice's bail. So she comes out like, what the hell you want from me, okay? I don't need saving from nobody but Jesus. And he's like, I'm your Jesus right now, okay? So she was up in there for 9 days, y'all. And he said, you would have been in here for 9 more if I wouldn't have showed up, okay? So I done got you out, now you owe me. So basically he put up his whole club And so I think that him and Patrice, because he asked her, you want your church, how much you willing to pay for it? So I think that he's going to team up with Patrice, because, you know, Patrice is the orator, okay? She's the great orator. So all he needs is a mouthpiece to help him spread the word that this casino is coming. It's going to get rid of your jobs. It's going to tear down your homes. It's going to mess up your community. You know, get her to help him get this petition signed by using the church or whatever, or just by using her voice or whatever. So she really don't have no choice at this point, because we know she ain't got no money. She done gave all the money away. Now you got to pay rent, sis. Okay, so, you know, she just walks with him into the darkness. So I can't wait to see what they plan is going to be. We see Autumn sitting on the mounds looking out. It's early in the morning, and she calls Andre, and he answers the phone, and she talks to him for a minute, and she tells him it's beautiful and Chickalea, and he's like, you're at the mound. She's like, yeah, I just want to see it one more time before I left. And she tells him that she's better as a memory, and he needs to understand, or no, she knows that it doesn't feel like it, but he's right where he needs to be. And he says, well, I wish you could tell my wife that. And she says, goodbye, Andre, and she hangs up the phone. So is she, I don't know, I don't see the previews, y'all, so I mean, I don't know if she's gonna be on the next 2 episodes, but that was kind of strange to me. What did y'all get from that? Let me know. We see Maine, he's at the store, he's giving his bracelet to the boy who be babysitting his ankle bracelet, and he like, come on, bring your ass over here. I was like, child, you doing a whole lot, okay? The dude was complaining. He was like, this is the last time I'm gonna do it. He was like, you stay fed, right? Then relax, okay? Relax. So he puts it on and he walks around the corner and he sees a poster, and the poster says Haley Colton missing, and it has a picture of Autumn on it. He like, what the hell? And I would be like, what the hell too, because yeah. So I'm guessing next week he probably gonna be like, what the hell is going on? Who are you? What's your real name? Because she did tell Mercedes that her name was Autumn, and her name is really Haley. Okay, so I think that's her real name. So I think that whatever Autumn has got Mercedes caught up in, this chicken's about to come to roost next week. Okay, next 2 weeks. We got 2 more episodes left. So I thought this episode was really good. I want to hear what you guys thought about this episode. I know at some point in this video I had put my IG tag, so please follow me on Instagram. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will holler at y'all next week. Peace.